You're right. It really is. Time for hemp. Yeah, baby. Here in Portland, Oregon, it is always time for hemp. And I want to thank you for tuning in. And we ask that you support our supporters because our supporters are supporting us. So today's show was about supporting our supporters and thanking our supporters for supporting us. Because when they support us, then we can support the cannabis movement, the hemp movement, the marijuana movement, whatever movement you want to support here at Time for Hemp.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. The only broadcasting network dedicated to ending the global war on drugs on iHeartRadio. Please share us with your friends.
Have you ever had a problem with overcooking your cannabis oil? You probably wanted to rip your hair out when you burned off all the THC, right? I even cried one time when my brownies failed to make a good impression at the party. Well, I stopped crying when I found Magical Butter. Magical Butter is a device with a microprocessor-controlled program sequencer. It was designed by a scientist and a chemist to precisely extract the benefits of various herbs. Magical Butter easily makes botanical butter, oils, tinctures, lotions, sauces, and more. Magical Butter heats your oil and your herbs at the perfect temperature every time. Check us out at magicalbutter.com because it's magical. Okay, there's a lot of science and chemistry involved, but it sure works like magic.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing us. A lot of people making a point to let their friends know about the program. There, I got my video glasses on. The other ones are a little crooked. They're the ones I use to read with. But because you're sharing our programming, we are getting found. And because we're getting found, the message is getting out, words getting out. And we want to thank you for making that happen. And we are also grateful that you are tuning in to the network, timeforhemp.com, on Spreaker, Tumblr, SoundCloud, iTunes. I've been working on the Roku TV network. Someone asked me about it a couple of almost weeks ago, and I went and checked it out and realized it needed a lot of updates, but the updating's almost done now with the Roku TV network, and it's looking great. So do make it a point to, if you have a Roku, check it out as well. We'll be telling you more about that next week. I'm allowed to post again in groups. Facebook has finally, as Thursday morning, taken the ban off of my posting, and I will not post quickly in the Facebook groups. I will patiently take all day long to get the message out, because it is that important to get the message out about how cannabis prohibition is ruining lives and destroying property. Yes, property with forfeiture, asset forfeiture. Police are kicking in doors and stealing cars from people who have worked hard to earn them. You should check out asset forfeiture in a Google search sometime. We'll talk about that. You know that. Notice my little tie. I don't know if you've noticed my little tie here. I tell you, I wear a bow tie in honor of our senator here. Is it senator or let's see, not governors? What do you call those? A congressman? Anyway, Blumenhauser or Blumentrouser or Blow Me Up My Trouser or whatever his name is. He is a advocate for medical cannabis and industrial hemp, and because of his hard work in Portland and the whole state of Oregon, we have legal cannabis. So he wears a bow tie everywhere he goes. And once he got elected, I went from wearing those straight funny little ties to wearing these little funny bow ties. And I've got a great little collection that I like to wear to honor him with. So that's why, if you were wondering why it is, I wear my little bow tie, as long as we've got Congressman Blow Me Up My Trouser or Blumenhauser or whatever his name is here in Oregon. It's my way of saying thank you to him for all his hard work. I salute him with my bow tie. I would encourage you to get a hold of the members of your community that are running for office and sit them down. Have a long conversation about the importance of medical cannabis and how patients are being arrested just because they need their medication. Do you know anybody who has diabetes that's being arrested for using insulin? Do you know anybody who has heart problems being arrested for taking their medication? Well, then why should somebody who needs medical cannabis be arrested for taking their medication? I mean, think about it, right? I mean, it's not that complicated. It should be pretty simple to go, maybe we should change this law. And then if that doesn't seem to do it, you can always sit down and talk to them about industrial hemp. And how industrial hemp, which creates over 50,000 different products, including fuel that you can run your cars on, heat your houses with, and use for cooking oil, all kinds of great things, can be legal in the state, creating jobs and creating a revenue and a tax base. So I know politicians love money. So since they love money, if you know somebody running for office, sit down and have a chat with them. Make it a point to go into their office, get them on the phone. If nothing else, send them an email with some information attached to it that they might benefit from. This is the Time for Hemp news feed preview, and we also like to introduce some of our network to you when we do the news feed preview. Say that 10 times real fast. And we are previewing always the Time for Hemp website. And the Time for Hemp website is pretty easy to navigate and figure out. And if you do, you get a chance to go to the network archives. You've got audio archives that are free to download. We covered that yesterday in videos. And that's what we're doing today, is one of these little videos. You'll find them in the archives as well. And you just go to the video page and you find the name of the show that you enjoy. And you see we've already got some started here on the Facebook, YouTube feeds. And then you can click on this one, News Feed Preview. And you'll see we keep it up to date. Yesterday's program is on there already. Meet some of our hosts. And it's already there to play. So if you don't get a chance to find it on our YouTube or on our Facebook channels, you can always find it at time-hemp.com. And as we said, we do appreciate it when you support our sponsors. We got a lot of world-class sponsors, including Sensi Seeds and Serious Seeds and Crop King Seeds. And people say that they don't like supporting seed shops and that sort of thing. But, you know, if it wasn't for the seed shops, we wouldn't be here, right? I mean, you got to have a seed to start a plant with. I mean, think about it, people. And so we would like for you to take note. Now, I was at an expo in Toronto in 2010, so we got some footage today from that with Sensi Seed, with Serious Seeds. And Sensi seeds, we got an interview we done with them by I think it was the people at Herbie Seeds, and it was at Spanibus. And then we've got a wonderful team of people that were on board with us, Kdk Distributors, and they're up in Canada, and they distribute great merchandise to the various stores throughout Canada that support cannabis legalization. Well, maybe I've had the pipe just a little too long. So anyway, I thought it might be groovy to first introduce you to Serious Seeds. Serious Seeds has been with us as supporters since we first began broadcasting as a podcast in 2007, 8, 9, and on American Freedom Radio, and they've been with us ever since. And it's because of their support the network has actually been saved a couple of times. Seriously, I mean, seriously, Serious Seeds has saved the network. Seriously, folks, I'm not kidding. If it wasn't for Serious Simon and the amazing team at Serious Seeds, we wouldn't still be airing podcasts. There wouldn't still be a website. There still wouldn't be videos coming out. Great information on our newsfeed blogs. Serious Seeds has been a champion of not just Time for Hemp, but a lot of other organizations throughout the cannabis movement. They are one of the pioneers in the cannabis marijuana seed industry. And when you go to our website, you'll find them supporting us. And also, it would be great if you went to their website and thanked them for being a supporter of us and the entire cannabis movement.
Serious Seeds started about 20 years ago, I don't know exactly, and I think originally we started with Chronic, AK-47 and Cali Mist, and they all came about as with a certain goal in mind. So AK-47 was produced in an attempt to make the strongest seed around, and I think we were quite successful in that. AK-47 by now is the most copied strain in the world. The name which is used mostly by other companies. The seeds are used as most, I think, by other companies to produce their strains. Chronic was produced as an attempt to have the highest yielding strain, and it was quite successful in that. It's still one of the most productive strains around, if not the most. And Cali Mist was produced as with the goal in mind as having the best sativa strain. And if I see that in Argentina it won the Sativa Cup last year for best sativa, I think it is still one of the best sativa strains around in the world today. The best-selling strain, they're all best-selling what we have. I think the AK-47 is probably the White Russian is. Cali Mist is less so because it's really for sativa lovers and it takes a little bit more time, but for people who like it, I think it's really great. Those ones are, recently we merged with another seed company, or we took it in, you could say, Megas Genetics. They have some seeds which we are selling now, and they're really good. I want to highlight them. The Warlock is maybe already quite well known. The Motivation is the best strain, I think. It's really good. Another one, let me think, Biddy Early for outdoor. And this year, maybe I can already tell something about it. This year we come out with an outdoor strain, which I've been working on for a couple of years actually. The name is Series 6, maybe you heard about it. And it was made as an outdoor strain. It is almost pure sativa strain, and it is ready in Holland at the end of September. Really nice, really beautiful plant. If you look at it, it has about 50% of the plants have pink hairs, really pretty. And the thing is, it's very mold resistant, and I'm really happy with that. Okay, a new thing we came out with last year is an outer flowering strain, the Outer White Russian. I think it is a really good strain for auto strains, because there's a lot of shit around in there, that division. Auto strains are really popular. They sell a lot. My personal preference goes out to other strains, I have to say, but they are really popular, so you have to have something. That's why we have the Auto White Russian. And we're working a little bit on more autos. I don't know how the market will develop for auto strains. We just have to see. But for the people who want something auto, an auto strain, we do have something, and I think you should try it out. It's really nice.
Serious Seeds is your source for quality cannabis and sativa seeds. Serious Seeds are the creators of legendary strains like AK-47, Bubblegum, Chronic, Cali Mist, and White Russian. The AK-47 is probably the most awarded strain on the planet. The high THC content of AK-47 makes it the perfect medical strain for patients seeking quick pain relief. Cali Mist is an almost pure sativa. Female medical cannabis patients have reported that this strain helps relieve menstrual cramps. Serious Seeds just acquired another Dutch high-quality seed bank, Magus Genetics. From now on, Serious Seeds can offer you even more award-winning strains. The fine folks at Serious Seeds strive to breed the best cannabis genetics that they can find, so patients can rely on the effectiveness of their medicine. Go to SeriousSeeds.com to grow your medicine. That site again is SeriousSeeds.com.
And again, we want to say thank you to the amazing people at Serious Seeds. Even my dog is saying thank you, aren't you, Jada Bear? And again, without their support, Jada Bear, she moved the light. We would appreciate you letting them know that you realize that they are an amazing support of the Time for Hemp family, and you want to thank them for all they do. Well, we've already had a chance to introduce you to some of our sponsors today and some of our hosts yesterday. We'll soon be having audience members on as well. Those of you out there who are dealing with medical cannabis problems and you'd like to share them with our other audience members, please send me an email at Casper@timeforhemp.com or find me on Facebook and make me aware that you'd like to be a guest on the show, and we would like to have a chance to hear your story and what it is that you are dealing with. Some people are on organ donor list, but when their time comes up, they can't get the organ because they are using cannabis. Others are being denied medical care because their doctors won't treat them as long as they are using cannabis. Some places you can't get any hospital care or even personal care if you test positive for the use of cannabis. And in states even where it is legal to utilize cannabis, sometimes job sites and other regulations, like maybe you might be on probation or something with the courts, won't allow you to still use your medical cannabis, which is, again, is not fair because, as I said at the top of the show, what if you were a diabetic and you needed insulin? They're not going to deny you that. What if you need heart medication each day? They're not going to deny you that. So why deny you your cannabis medication, especially when there's so much scientific evidence to verify all the groovy things it can do for you and your person? So, well, anyway, it would be good if you sent letters to Jeff Sessions. As you notice, he got the Bonehead Award this month from the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network, and that segment was a couple days back. If you find it, share it with your friends. Well, we're going to say hello to Kdk Distributors. Kdk Distributors was also one of my first supporters when I was doing Time for Hemp on American Freedom Radio. And we were doing podcasts first Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then we were doing shows Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Then we became 5 days a week. And through it all, KDK Distributors made it a point to help keep us strong, loud, and proud. In 2010, I went up to an expo in Toronto where KDK and a bunch of other wonderful people had come together to enlighten the members of the Canada community on the wonderful aspects of this plant. And I would like to have you a chance to meet KDK distributor Kelly Christian, founder, and his wonderful team. And so I'll just hit my pipe, which maybe you might want to hit yours, or your vaporizer, or your joint, or your one-hitty, or your bong, and take time for hemp.
Thank you. We're here with Mix and Kelly from Kdk Distributors. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
Excellent, Remo. How are you today?
Excited to be here.
I'm medicated.
And I'm good. Well, we're about to.
You got some exciting products here. Show us what's new.
Absolutely. The new Herbal Air. It's our best product. It's an ultimate vaporizer for the medical patient, which is why we're here. There's no better vaporizer out on the market. It's awesome.
How much does that one retail for?
Around $250 US.
Very reasonable then.
Very reasonable, highly efficient, incredible flavor, better for your health. Everybody should be using a vaporizer. Quality vaporizer.
What else have you got? You got lots of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. We got a little bit of stuff out here. We got some swag we're giving away at the show. You know, people come on by. It's like, here you go, Ramo. That's looking good, your size. Maybe Sandy wants one that size. We can put it right in there.
Nice.
They're great little stash containers. They're incredible. They're a little loose when you get them brand new, but after you use them a little bit, they get scratched up. They get super, super tight.
Sweet.
Come on over this way. We got a couple.
What about these things? Those stash as well?
The same tight backs. This is maybe you're headed out for an hour or so. You just got a single one. You just throw her in there.
Nice.
Maybe you're going to see your girlfriend. You're going to watch a movie. You need a couple, so you get one a little bit bigger. Maybe you're headed to the party for the evening and you're going to see the whole crew. Well, then you need the party pack. Get about 6 in there.
Sweet. I'd need a bigger one than that.
Yeah, I know. We're going to build the Ramo size. We're going to get it. We're going to get the Ramo size.
See ya. Nice.
It's our guy Cliff from KDK also.
Hey, Cliff. Yeah, I remember Calgary.
Yes.
For our
That's when they come off the plane and we said, they'll let you take anything on to carry on.
And I'd love to show you a couple new things we got over here that are brand new products.
Let's check it out.
First over here, we got the Predator Vaporizer.
Holy
It's a
smokes.
brand new one, direct inhalation.
That looks like a space weapon.
It certainly does.
And what you would do is go down to the vaporizer lounge. If you have any product, share down there. Try it. Try it.
Look at that.
There are all kinds of them down there.
That looks pretty heavy duty there, Kelly.
Well, I'm going to introduce you to Lenny here. He's the brains behind this beautiful unit.
How are you?
And he's going to give you a quick little thing about it.
What does it do?
Okay, you fill up your herb chamber, right?
Right?
When you fill up your herb chamber and slide it on, first off you'll notice it's going to slide on straight as opposed to at a downward angle, so nothing's going to fall out.
Mm-hmm.
It'll actually snap on and give you a glass-on-glass connection.
Nice.
As you draw, the hot air will go through this tube over your herb, and you'll see it hit this turbulator right here, and you'll see the actual vapor spinning, mixing with oxygen as it comes up the tube. And then you have a mouthpiece that's ergonomic, not glass, can't break. You can throw this whole thing in a dishwasher, and then when you're done smoking, just slide it off, and you can set it down. Won't burn the tabletop because it's not glass directly onto the tabletop.
Nice.
Can be disassembled to clean, get all of it perfectly back to the way it was on the first smoke.
That's important.
Comes with, the kit comes in the carrying case, 16-page color catalog on how to use it, grinder, stash jar, non-alcoholic biodegradable cleaner.
What's this thing?
This is an aromatherapy bowl that you can attach to the end, and then we provide you with eucalyptus oil for that.
Sweet.
And the cleaning kit.
That's all right. How much does this thing retail for?
Retails for $2.99.
$2.99. What a deal. That's awesome.
It is a great unit. It's brand new, and they're hot. We can hardly keep them in stock, so if you're looking for one, give us a call right away.
Awesome. What else you got?
This here is the Essential Bath. This is Bibiana, our beautiful hostess of the day.
All right.
Nice to meet you. It's a handheld vaporizer. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I've seen it in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah. We were there. The person they can put regular plant material in there, or it works the best with some oil. It's Pyrex, so really strong.
Right.
And then you hold the lighter, the tip of the flame here, and when you see some vapor, take little sips, because it's
And
hot.
you just draw off that directly.
Yeah, just a little sips.
So it's like a take anywhere vaporizer.
It's real simple, very
Right.
elegant.
And,
then this
you
is
got this one here?
the same principle, but it turns any water pipe into a vaporizer.
Sweet.
It comes in a kit with 2 slides and 2 chamfered pieces, so it adapts any glass on glass.
Nice.
That was really nice. Comes in a whole kit with a carrying case.
Oh yeah, gotta have the carrying case.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Isn't it nice?
So Kelly, what's the website?
Website, kdkwholesale.ca. Look us up. The vast majority of our products are online. Unfortunately, we haven't had time to get our glass. We've got the biggest selection in Canada, over 1,000 pieces, but we're going to get it on there one of these days.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thanks for stopping by. We love you guys.
Thanks for talking with us, Kelly.
Woo,
Take her easy.
I tell you, I love Kelly and his crew. They are just an amazing group of people. They have been supporting the entire cannabis movement for jeepers, I don't know, 15, 20 years or more. I mean, he's one of the pioneers in Canada, and Kelly has made it possible for many rallies to occur and marches to occur and expos to occur, and he is dedicated to changing cannabis laws in Canada. Say that 10 times real fast. Cannabis laws in Canada. And he has great merchandise, and it's just wonderful to be a part of his family as well. Like, they're part of my family. It's nice to be part of his. And I can't honestly tell you, I can't find it. He's one of the best group of people I've ever been able to hang out with. So if you get a chance, go to Kdk Distributors. Let them know that you heard about them here on the big broadcast. Now, this may seem like one long advertisement to some of you, but at the same time, keep in mind, do you see these kind of ads on CNN or ABC or CSNBC or CBS or any other media outlet? They're not really ads. It's my way of showing to you the wonderful people and what they do who support us here at the broadcast. We've made it possible for us to put together over 30,000 or some huge number of podcasts that you can download for free and get that information for free. And the reason why it's for free to you is because these people have supported me being here in front of the mic and the camera and doing all this stuff to make sure that the message gets out. And that's important too. So I know some of these group sites don't like to have videos and content that has advertising in it, but it's not really advertising. It's a way of saying thank you to those who care enough about you to make certain that you have available to you the truth and the information about cannabis, and you are able to share it with your friends.
Growsentia has developed Mammoth P, an organically derived soil inoculant that maximizes phosphorus and micronutrient cycling to maximize bud growth, increase yield, and enhance plant health. Mammoth P's patent-pending technology is OMRI certified. The increased levels of phosphorus and other micronutrients result in increased stem strength and a 16% increase in harvest yield. Mammoth P is effective in soil, soilless, and hydroponic systems. This biostimulant microbial product really works synergistically with any nutrient and fertilizers in your management and feeding regime. Incorporate Mammoth P into your feeding protocols as a supplement to any fertilizer program. Mammoth P is being used by growers, commercial and hobbyists throughout the U.S. Go to mammothmicrobes.com to find a store near you or to order through one of the company's online partners. That's mammothmicrobes.com, scientifically proven to grow mammoth buds.
listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. The only broadcasting network dedicated to ending the global war on drugs on iHeartRadio. Please share us with your friends.
So, Ravi, 2016 Spannabis, Sensi seeds. I'm very pleased to sit here. It's been on my list for a long time to have a little chat with you guys. How are you doing, man?
Great. The show is fantastic. There's a lot of turnout, many people outside, so it will be a good day. And Spain always is fun to be here, actually, of course. Barcelona is a great city. The movement here with cannabis, the social clubs, it's a great place to be.
Well, the stand looks great again. You guys know how to build a show, basically. I mean, everybody knows Sensi seeds. You guys have been around since the beginning of the early days. Since 1985. You and your father, pioneers in the business. Can you tell us a little bit about Sensi seeds? What is your dreams and how did it all happen back in the days?
Now back in the whole story, my dad, in the beginning we worked together with the seed bank, and then Sensi seeds came after that in 1985. From there we developed many famous varieties like Jack Herrera, Northern Lights 5 Haze, Skunk Number 1, which was of course from David Watson, but we also marketed that. These days we have some feminized varieties, of course some auto-flowering. This is what the market wants. We just brought out a new variety, Eagle Bill. I don't know if you guys remember him from the museum from before. The guy with the vaporizer, the godfather of vaping. So we brought out a variety in honor of him. Okay. It's a regular variety, sativa variety, and I think people will be pleased with it.
Okay. And this regular thing, it's really your thing still. There's a lot of, I say, talk about feminized versus regular. I'm happy actually that you guys are still a big promoter of keeping the regular seeds on the market. But what's the deal with that? Can you tell us why this decision to be such a big, I say, producer of regular seeds and to keep it that way?
Yeah, without going too technical, I think nature is good enough as it is, and for sure there's some reasons why you could feminize if you want to play with genetics a little bit, but yeah, why not do it the natural way and cut out the males, and actually people can play with this also, they can play themselves.
How many regular strains do you have at the moment?
In our catalog I think we have about 40, maybe 40 plus regular varieties. We are working on some new stuff also coming out this year. That will still be a surprise. Feminized varieties also coming out. We're still busy.
CBD, there's a lot of talk of CBD on the market, of course. You guys are not really busy with medical strains and CBD. Is there a specific reason for that? Are you any plans for the future to dive into this?
We are busy with medical stuff, but it's very difficult to. We're not doctors, right? So we don't. Basically, we cannot say if it's good or not. We can say that it's beneficial. We produce ourselves CBD oil, which is made from hemp with hemp flax. Yeah, the thing is, you are not allowed to say that it works. That's what I'm allowed to say. If I start giving any medicinal advices, then I'm breaking the law.
So you don't have like particular strains that have a higher percentage of CBD at the moment?
We do. We do have varieties with a higher percentage of CBD, but we don't market it like that. There will be coming soon, but it's a lot of things going on with the company at the moment. We are busy in Romania with hemp flax. US is coming up also, but this year we will come out with some special CBD varieties as well.
How is the museum doing?
The museum in Amsterdam is running like crazy. People are enthusiastic. Here in Barcelona we have a beautiful location also. It's a big city with a lot of tourists. People come here for many reasons, and it's still building up. We're on the tour buses now also, so on the Modernista route, so we get more and more visitors. It's nice.
If you're in Barcelona or Amsterdam, check out the Hush Museum. Sensi guys, they're doing an amazing job. Are there any future plans for a new location, maybe in USA or?
For a museum or we have enough. We can show. We can fill another museum. That's not a problem. Many years ago we had already an idea to do a museum in the States. At the moment, we're too busy with hemp flax and all the other projects. So at the moment, no.
Your hands are full.
Yeah.
I mean, your catalog is huge. You've been around for ages, but is there a specific strain? I probably already know the answer, but what is the flagship of Sensi seeds? What is your one diamond in the catalog?
We have a couple of diamonds. My personal favorite is Leitch 5 Haze. I'm a medical patient in Holland also, so I smoke the Bedrocan stuff, which originally came from us also. It's, you know. Flagships, yeah, Jack Herrera, the skunk #1, Shiva skunk, Black Domina, those varieties, Afghani one.
If you would have like the novice grower, a starting grower, if you would say that you have to point out one strain to start with, like a bit easier, maybe an outdoor strain, can you give some advice on that?
Outdoor where?
Yeah, this is a good question.
I mean, basically, it's with all the varieties. You can grow them in and outdoor, depending on your climate. If you're in the north, go for something a little bit early flowering. Now with auto-flowering varieties, this is possible also outside. If you live somewhere here or nice and tropical, play with some sativas. Durban, Mexican, or even a Jack Herrera outside can give fantastic results.
It might have been a long time ago, but do you remember your ever first grow? Putting the seed in the ground and see what's happened?
Yes, I do. We were talking about it yesterday. I had a small plant in my room with a heating light, so one of those blue lights, just under the desk, which I grew for a couple of months, but it never flowered. But that was my first time growing.
But you actually smoked it in the end, or?
No. That was just to have the plant growing. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Would you be able to give any newcomer like one main tip, one golden tip?
Patience and take care of the plants. Watering, don't forget, and patience. You don't become a professional in overnight.
So there's a lot of information in the sites, of course, and a lot of Bibles written about it. Let's say about smoking. You just mentioned it yourself. You still smoke. You're also a medical user. Do you have a specific ritual or a favorite?
No, I like to smoke my joints.
Old school.
Yeah, old school. I wake and bake also a lot. I like to smoke. Yeah, vaporizing I do once in a while, but it's it gets you also very high.
It's a weekend thing.
And with my joint, with a little bit of tobacco in it, I can dose it slowly. I don't need to smoke the whole joint at once. Sometimes a joint lasts for an hour and a half.
Okay. You told us a little bit that you have some new strains coming up. What can we expect from Sensi in the near future?
In the near future, some surprises. We're starting to probably bring back some old genetics. We have been looking at some Super Sativa Seed Club genetics. We've been looking at some Cultivator's Choice genetics. And some surprises.
Okay.
New stuff coming up for sure.
Okay, you keep us posted on that, of course. Is there maybe a last message you want to give to the people who will visit us at Zamnesia and might be into your seeds?
Keep supporting the community, keep growing, and keep sharing the weed.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ravi. It's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much. Rock and roll.
And he's right. Please keep supporting the community, and that's how we grow, that's how we stay strong, and that's how we get the message out. Well, this has been the preview of the news feed, and I haven't even done the preview of the news feed yet. So let me give you a preview of tomorrow's news feed. We will be having the chance to meet some of the women who are throwing some of the coolest parties in California. And as you can imagine, they are deep-seated in the cannabis movement and culture. And those parties are going to be really, really great. And we're also going to be posting from Leafy. Leafy's got an article or a report on how a Nevada judge has cleared the way for more cannabis licenses. I don't know if you're aware of it, but like within 48 hours or 3 days of Nevada having legal cannabis, they were out of cannabis. I mean, the dispensaries couldn't keep it on the shelf. They couldn't even get the shelves restocked. So, there is a huge demand for cannabis in Nevada, and you'll be having the opportunity, if you haven't found it already. Anyway, and then also we'll be doing a posting on how cannabis can lower a person's risk to having a stroke, which I've talked about oftentimes here on the big broadcast. I remember when I worked with Jack Hare, which I've got to say it is a little weird to have someone talk about a plant strain that's named after someone who used to be your boss. You know, Jack hired me to run his office back in '91. That's how I started the Time for Hemp series. And so it is nice to be able to see that we have come a long, long way. Well, anyway, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent. Tomorrow, I'll make it a point to check out our news feed. And I know many of you are wondering, didn't he? No, he didn't. He didn't play the theme song when he opened up the show. That's because I wanted to remind you to support some of the talent that lies within the Time for Hemp family. The Time for Hemp theme song was written by Lynette Shaw. She was in, I think, in the Oakland area at the time we were broadcasting it on a weekly basis. And Lynette wanted to know what type of song I'd like to have if I had my own theme song. Up to that point, we were using the Funny Reefer Man by Cab Calloway. And I think Marijuana Brown was one of the other songs that we used, and a couple others, because it was public domains, public community cable access. We were able to do that. And so when Lynette asked me what kind of music would I like, I told her I wanted something that sounded like it was in the 1930s, and during the time when cannabis was outlawed. So she came up with a cute little song called Time for Hemp, which you hear her play it at the end of every show. And then many years later, this gentleman by the name of Jet Baker contacted me and wanted to know if I would be interested in him doing a updated version of the Time for Hemp theme song. And I thought, well, that would be pretty cool. And so in a short period of time, Jet had done a recut of the song, and then after he did a recut of the song, he yeah, I'm looking for it, that's right. Well, here's Lynette's version first. Oops.
All that money, yeah, the money that they spend. Take another look and spend some time for him. Don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yes, it's time for him. Whoa, an acre of hemp makes 20 bales of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rest. Well, time for help! Yeah.
And so that was Lynette's version, and I want to thank her for it. And we play it faithfully at the end of every show, except for today, because I wanted to talk about it. Now, you've heard the opening, too, that Jet does, but not many people have heard the chance to hear the full version. Now, Jet took that, what you just heard, and he not only did he update it, but he turned it into a full song that I think is just pretty cool. So I thought, well, instead of playing the Jet Baker version at the opening of the show, and then Lynette's version, I thought, well, I tell you about how the theme song came into existence and who wrote it, who sings it, and thank them for it. And if you happen to bump into Lynette Shaw, she is the She's the person who had the very first medical cannabis dispensary in California and in the United States. So in a lot of ways, she's the mother of medical cannabis. She was also partly responsible for Proposition 215, and she has been a pioneer and one of the founding mothers of the cannabis movement. Good friend of mine. I love her dearly. And so anyway, like I said, I did want to share all that with you, and we're going to now bring on Jet Baker's version. Like I said, he took what you just heard from Lynette, and he turned it into this groovy 3-minute song here. That you, oh yeah, I remember the next time you hear me, you'll know that it's time for Hemp. Oops.
Look at all that money, yeah, the money that they spent. Take another look and take some time for him. Don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Grow an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rent. Well, it's time for hemp. Throughout Earth's history, hemp's been used, no mystery. Hemp is legal to pay your taxes for more than a century. Check your faxes, the founding fathers made sense to me. It's time to grow hemp legally. It's time to grow hemp legally. It's time to grow hemp legally. Think of all the uses, it's money that's well spent. Right now, no excuses, it's time for hemp. Sustainable green industry, that's our intent. A better place this world will be, it's time for hemp. Fuel and food and clothes and soap. Housing, cars, yeah, cars, no joke. Henry Ford built a car of hemp. It's time for us to do it again. People be employed, balanced farming as it's meant. Right now, it's time for hemp. Hemp is the first necessity of wealth and protection of the country. Words of Jefferson Thomas. He grew hemp, why not us? It's time to lift the hemp ban. It's time to lift the hemp ban. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You can make a difference. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Look at all that money. Yeah, the money that they spent. Take another look and take some time for hemp. Don't cut trees for paper, cause it hurts the environment. Stop deforestation, yeah, it's time for hemp. Whoa, an acre of hemp makes 20 barrels of oil. No need for pesticides to poison all our soil. People got no food, they got no clothes, they got no rent.